Hello, my name is Kevin Adinolfi, and this is our project on the Nestle case. So, brief description of the company and a little bit of history. Nestle was founded over 150 years ago, originally as the Anglo-Swiss Condensed Milk Company. In 1905, they merged with Anglo-Swiss to become the Nestle Group, which is the Nestle that we are all familiar with today. Today, Nestle is the largest and most diverse food and beverage company. They sell products in over 189 countries. Nestle aims to improve the quality of life and contribute to a healthier future. It owns some of the most recognizable brands across the world. With that, though, a lot of the products within these brands, even though they're the same product or the same name of a product, they are differentiated and specified for specific countries across the world. They are also a multinational, multi-local company, and they focus around sustainability, ethics, and common operating guidelines that they use across their entire company.
Action.
Here we have a brief history of Nestle in the recent decade or so. So we're going to go through each year and some of the most important things that happened within that year. Starting off with 2007. In 2007, Nestle decided to shift a focus to a more medical nutrition-oriented company. In this year, they acquired the medical nutrition division of Novartis Pharmaceutical. This year, they also acquired Gerber, Ovaltine, and created a new partnership with the Belgian chocolate maker Pierre Marcellini. In 2009, Nestle Professionals was formed. This was a food service division of the company. In 2009, they also held the first Created Share Value Forum. In this forum, they got together with a bunch of companies that are in the industry and experts in the field to talk about issues in nutrition, water and rural development, and the way that businesses are involved in this and the role that they should take to improve on these issues. Every year they actually hold this Creating Shared Value Forum in New York, and they still do it today. In 2010, Nestle acquired Kraft Foods frozen pizza business. In 2011, Nestle created the Nestle Health Science, and as well as they created the Nestle Institute of Health and Science. So again, they're shifting a focus to a more health-oriented field rather than just regular food products. In 2012, they acquired Wyeth Nutrition. This company has a focus in infant nutrition. Here we just have a continuation of the history of the recent decade or so. In 2013, Nestle Health and Science Division purchased the US-based medical foods company called PamLab. In 2014, Nestle created Nestle Skin Health. They did this by taking control of a joint venture that they had with the L'Oreal Group. In 2015, Nestle decided to enter the global super premium chocolate category. They did this by purchasing Gruyère, which is one of the oldest surviving Swiss chocolate brands. They still have the original factory that they've been using since they were first founded about 200 years ago. In 2016, Nestle celebrated their 150th anniversary as a company. In 2017, they announced that they plan to start to explore strategic options for the U.S. confectionery business that they own. In 2017, they also extended their consumer healthcare portfolio by acquiring Atrium Innovations. And in 2018, Nestle and the Coca-Cola Company ended their beverage partnerships worldwide joint venture. Here we have some of Nestle's strategic planning and their focus. The first one is nutrition, health, and wellness. So with this, just their first saying is good food, good life. So what this means is that Nestle has a focus on providing good, nutritious food in order to better enhance the quality of life for their consumers. The next point is quality assurance and product safety. This is kind of like the first one. They want to ensure that all their products are to a certain level, to a certain standard, and that all their products and their employees as well are safe. Another big thing is consumer communication. The reason why they focus on this one so much is because when they go to a different country, they need to understand the local tastes and the local culture. So because of this, they need to have a good communication with their consumers. Otherwise, their products will not be as well received when they join these or when they go into these countries. The next one is the supplier and customer relations. The reason why they focus so much on having good supplier relations is because without good suppliers, they cannot create their foods and their products, and they cannot gain the trust of the consumers that they need. They have a big focus on environmental sustainability. This has a lot to do with the cocoa plant and their coffee and chocolates. They only use other companies and suppliers who also have the same level of environmental sustainability that they do. They are an ethically correct and morally correct company with a big focus on social responsibility. So of course, if they're using all these resources from nature, they're going to want to focus on environmental sustainability. And with that one comes a big focus on water. They're big players in the safe water and having clean water for their products.
I'm going to talk to you about Nestle's mission and vision. Their vision is to bring foods that are safe, of high quality, and provide optimal nutrition to meet psychological needs of the consumers. In addition to nutrition, health, and wellness, Nestle products bring consumers the vital ingredients of taste and pleasure. Their mission is to make better food so that people live a better life, with the goals of a sustainable competitive advantage. One of Nestle's core competencies is their wide range of products and brands, as well as their ability to differentiate these products to the local level. Their distribution system sells products in 189 countries successfully and has a strong geographic presence with some of the most recognizable brands in the world. And their sustainable competitive advantage is their research and development and how much resources they place in R&D. Hey guys, so I'm gonna talk to you about Nestle's macro and micro environments today. Starting off with the macro and political side. Nestle had issues with globalization and understanding how to react to different global markets. Also with the regulations that they run into by entering these markets that had to be adjusted to. Next, economic. Demand for food is always going to be high, so that's always a plus for Nestle. And they were able to adjust to certain variations having to do with the preference and sensitivity to price in different places that they operated in. As for socioculture, the consumer's culture, religion, and average age of the population had an influence on food consumption patterns. Now that consumers are becoming more knowledgeable, they want products to be made from natural ingredients, and to satisfy those needs, Nestle created an example would be the Maggi soup in Germany, China, and Indonesia to have different flavor and textures to meet each local taste. Next is the technology. And over the past decade, the food industry has had technology advancement in an attempt to deliver healthier, fresher products as well as more of a variety of products. Moving on to their microenvironment, that would be the new entrants. The food industry has several barriers to entry, but is actually moderate to low industry for the competition to enter. So it's actually not as difficult, which poses a threat to them. Next is power of buyers. The powers of the buyers in the food industry and beverage industry is actually high because the typical buyers are large retailers like Walmart and Carefree. These retailers have large finances and prefer to have term agreements with each market player. Next is the power of suppliers. The power of the suppliers in the industry is actually low because the number of available suppliers and markets to buy from, there's so many that makes it so much easier. And lastly, the threat of substitutes. The industry has experienced a growth in private label products and organic food, which has caused consumers to experiment with new products. And that leaves also a huge threat for Nestle. And that wraps up the micro and macro environment.
Hi, I'm Peter Caruso, and this is our SWOT analysis. First up, I'm going to start with our strengths. Some strengths for Nestle is they have the unmatched research and development capability. Another strength is a strong geographic presence with one of the best geographic diversity revenue sources. Unrivaled product and brand portfolio, environmental sustainability efforts, and then ownership of some of the most recognized brands in the world. For Nestle's weaknesses, they've been criticized over the years for using high water usage. selling contaminated foods, and also anti-unionism, forced child labor, and contaminated food recalls. Now, with this day of age, each consumer has capabilities of internet in the palm of their hand. So companies like Nestle definitely need to work on their brand image because it could hurt them in the near future. So the opportunities from Nestle is a clear and accurate labeling indicating of any harmful products, transparency in material sourcing, growing numbers of small Silicon Valley-based food startups, and growing ready-to-drink tea and ready-to-drink coffee markets. So some threats that are on the Nestle company is poor quality water and its scarcity. Also another threat is increased competition into the beverage and food industries. And the last threat is the price of coffee beans could significantly rise due to major weather disasters.
My name is Javier, and I work on the marketing, progress strategy, and tactics. As for the products, Nestle is the world's largest food and beverage company. Nestle sells more than 8,000 different brands over 7 food and beverage categories. And you can see they have the power liquid beverage, milk products and ice cream, prepared dishes and cooking aid, Nestle Nutrition, pet care, confectionery, water. We look at all these products, they're all related to each other as they want to enhance the quality of the consumer life. Now, they also own several major consumer brands such as Nescafé, Nestle, KitKat, and many other premium brands. So we see a picture here. We see that they own several major consumer brands such as Nescafé, Nestle, KitKat, and many others. You know, you can see that this is the many brands they have in different areas of the country as well. And it shows that with the wider product portfolio allows Nestle to satisfy better their consumers and target a bigger, wider consumer segment. As for promotions, one of the things that we're planning to do is to launch our promotion mix during these major holidays, Christmas, Valentine's, Halloween. People tend to spend more money during these holidays. They tend to spend a little more for your partner, your friend, your co-worker. And statistics show that during the holiday season, retail sales went up 2.1% from 2015 to 2017. Also, another previous statistic shows that Valentine's Day projects that America expect to spend a new record of $19.6 billion for the holiday. This fact came out from the National Retail Federation, and we're planning to use this information to create a promotional advertising to social media, traditional media, and other web platforms. So for price, one of the things that Nestle is good at is locally adapted. Nestle understands the different environments required pricing due to local economics. Also, complete locally with pricing and packaging to understand competitors with local competitions. Now for place, it's a different story. They are in 189 countries. Nestle is a true example of a global multiple national brand powerhouse. That case states that 90% of sales are in Europe. The remaining 10% are split through the United States and Asia. Also, 20% of their sales are through the 10 largest retailers in the world, including Walmart and Tesco.
Hi, I'm Justin, and I'm going to go over the implementation plan. So we plan on continuing and expanding the Creating Shared Value Forum to be more encompassing in terms of the ethical and sustainable issues, as well as inviting more companies, organizations, and experts into the field to attend annual forums in New York. We want to maintain a high level of local responsiveness and customer relations by giving lower management more authority and in product differentiation and research development. We also want to continue innovation of products by placing an even larger budget into the research and development branches of the company, so that way we could further enhance our company products and the way that they perform. So for our executive summary, first thing I'd like to cover is in 2007, Nestle's chief executive officer discovered that Nestle SA was producing 130,000 variations of its brands, and that 30% of those brands were not making any money. This is a huge factor in our research. Nestle company is a health, nutrition, and wellness firm that supplies, manufactures, and produces ready dishes and cooking aids, pharmaceuticals, and ophthalmic goods, milk-based products, cereals, and baby foods. Nestle implemented a new SAP software called Global Business Excellence to work around a lacking of operational efficiency. So at Nestle, they aim to be the leader in the food industry, more so specifically in the health, wellness, and nutrition section. Nestle tends to embrace changes and come up with products appropriate for its customers while still improving on the quality of its original product lines. Improvements on the technology, organizational structure, marketing mix, operations, as well as human resource management led to profit margins of the company increasing. Also, the company operates across 5 regions: the Asian Pacific, Eastern Europe, North America, Western Europe, and Latin America. So our last point in the executive summary is a quote from a brilliant professor: "Every food retail company in the world connects in the same way, with their brand. How they go to the market, how they engage customers, how they price their products, even how their company connects on a higher purpose. All strategies, tactics, communications, and actions should be centered upon the brand message. The world of food retail is tight on margins and heavy on traffic. If you're going to compete, you need an identity. The identity that Nestle goes with is good food, good life." And with that, they want to reassure with all their customers that they're having the best life possible and that they want better customer relations and the best for them.